Okay, I'm here. It's Friday pizza lunch at school. Where are you? I'm here in my normal spot to read to you, and I look out in the classroom and there's nobody here. I must have shown up in the wrong class. Oh well, I guess I'll read anyway. It's The Farthest Away Mountain, chapter 7, and maybe some of my second graders will show up at some point, but until then, I'll just carry on. So, Dakin was hearing a voice in chapter 6 that said, "Certainly," said a voice above her head, "if you know the password." Chapter 7, The Gargoyles. Dakin stared upward through the gathering darkness, and when she saw a wickedly grinning little stone face on a long neck sticking out of the rock above her, it was lucky her fingers were too stiff to open, or she would have fallen from shock. "Password?" she gasped. Yes, yes, said the stone head impatiently. "Hurry up, you're going to fall backward at any minute." "But I don't know it," cried Dakin. "Too bad, you'll have to die then," said the head with a careless chuckle. "Fancy trying to climb up here without it. Someone should have told you not to." "I was warned," said Dakin miserably. "Oh, why didn't I listen?" "Who warned you?" "A little brass troll we keep on our mantelpiece. He said—" "A troll?" exclaimed the head in quite a different voice. "Tell me about him." But now the sun went down completely. An icy wind began to blow, making a low, whining sound around the crags, and Dakin knew that she had a few seconds at best before her hold gave way. "Oh, please," she begged, "save me. I know what you are. You're a gargoyle, and one of the reasons I came was to see you. If you're cruel and wicked, it's only because you're sad. Save me, I know you will." Looking into the evil, grinning face of the gargoyle as she spoke, she saw it suddenly change. All the upturned, gleeful lines cut into the stone turned downward. The mouth opened and a strange cry came out, like the moan of the wind. "Ah!" It was the saddest sound Dakin had ever heard. "Ah!" it moaned. "Little child, little wise child, you are the first, the only one who has ever understood. Hold on a little longer. Brave the fear and the cold wind of death. Go forward till you come to my brothers, one after another, and say to them what you said to me. Without the password, I may not save you, but yet you must not die, for there has never come one like you, and there will never come another. Go on, go on, go on." Dakin tried, but her hands would not move. "I can't," she cried. "My hands are frozen. Oh, I'm going to fall." For she felt her legs buckling. The gargoyle seemed to slip down the face of the rock, and its neck grew longer. When it came near her head, it stretched its neck to one side and bent its face until its mouth was over her fingers. A hot, strengthening breath blew suddenly on her right hand, taking away the icy numbness. I'm going to show you a picture. Then the neck stretched the other way, and the fingers of her left hand were brought back to life by the prickly breath. "That is all that I, Og, care to do," whispered the gargoyle into her ear. "Your hands will be warm and strong till you reach my brother Vog around the next bend. He will breathe on your knees to keep them stiff. Next you will come to my brother Zog. He will bring your feet back to life. After that, I don't know. But be strong for our sakes. Forgive me for making you afraid. I could not help it. Go now, go quickly, for you are still in danger." Dakin did not need to be told that, for although her hands were now warm and alive, she could move them along to find new holds. Her legs were as weak, the path as narrow, the wind as cold, and the oncoming night as dark as ever. And she was still almost paralyzed with fear. But something in the gargoyle's voice, something pleading, frantic almost, gave her new hope and strength. "It must be knowing that I've come here for a reason, and not just out of stubborn fancy," thought Dakin. though what the reason is I still don't know, and with a great effort she began to edge her way forward again. Now she had to climb mainly by touch. Her hands, though, seemed to have eyes of their own, and her fingers found places to hold on which her real eyes couldn't see. When her knees gave way, her hands took a firm grip on the ridges of rock and held up her whole body until her knees felt stronger and she was able to go on. As she rounded the next bend, she called out loudly, "Vog! Vog! Are you there?" "Shh!" hissed a voice somewhere low down on the rock wall. "Who calls me by my name? Who raises his voice in this dread place?" I'm a her, not a him. My name is Dakin. Your brother Og said you'd help me because I know that gargoyles are only wicked because they're sad." "Oh!" was the same mournful moan as before. "How do you know this secret of secrets?" asked Vog. "I saw pictures in a book about churches," panted Dakin. "All the gargoyles in the pictures looked like evil spirits, but their stone eyes seemed to me to be full of sorrow." "And have you never heard that you will turn to stone if you look at one?" "Yes, my mother said so, but it can't be true." "It is true." "But I looked at your brother Og in the face, and I didn't turn to stone." "Perhaps you were like stone already." "Oh, yes, of course, from fear of falling. Did that save me?" "That and your own knowledge of us. What did Og say I was to do?" "Blow on my knees." "Why?" "Only give the password and I can lift you from the path." "I don't know it." "Oh, whoa!" cried Vog. "Then we're all doomed. For without the password, you will never get past the colored snow witch who guards the snow line, and unless you get past her, you cannot reach the top." "Well, we'll see," said Dakin. "I've got this far. Now blow on my knees, or they won't hold me till I reach your brother Zog." So Vog blew the same prickly breath onto her knees, and immediately Dakin felt them take on new strength. Though her feet were now so cold that she couldn't feel them, somehow she made herself go forward, and very soon she heard a voice, even lower, right on a level with the path, cry out, "Beware! Beware! You will break my long neck with your great clumsy feet. One more step and you'll fall to your doom," said the horrible wicked chuckle of a gargoyle, who did not yet know that Dakin understood him. "You're not really bad enough to laugh at the thought of me falling," she said through the darkness. "You've been made bad through sadness." "Oh, yes, oh," she said a bit impatiently. "Now, Zog, breathe on my poor cold feet and tell me what to do next." It was really lovely to feel her feet coming back to life, like climbing into a warm bed after a long walk through the snow. "Oh, thank you, Zog. That's so much better," she said. "Well, I wish one of you would blow on my eyes so that I could see in the dark. That's all, and perhaps give me a drink, and then I'd be ready for anything, even Drakemag and the colored snow witch." Zog let out a hiss like a snake, and indeed, a gargoyle with its long neck is not unlike a snake with a goblin's head. The hiss seemed to rise upward until it was above her head. "The eyes cannot imagine." Oh, excuse me, I misread that. "The eyes cannot manage," came Zog's voice. You know, I read that wrong 2 times. Can I try again? "The eyes I cannot manage," came Zog's voice. That makes more sense. "But as to the drink, even down below where humans live, our kind have no life. Water still pours out of our mouths. Put back your head, child of wisdom and mystery, and open your lips." Dakin did this, and a moment later, a delicate stream of cold, clear water ran into her mouth and down her throat as fast as she could gulp. Whether there was something magic about the water or not, she didn't know, but she suddenly felt not only warmer and stronger, but much braver as well. "Oh, Zog, you are a good gargoyle," she cried. "Oh, never mind that," she interrupted quickly. "Now give me your advice. What lies ahead? What must I do?" "I know nothing," said Zog. "We, my brothers and I, are only sentinels. Those whom the great Drakemag wishes to pass hold the password. Others we're ordered to let fall to their deaths." "Drakemag is wicked, isn't he? I mean, really wicked, not like you." "Wicked? Aye, wicked, wicked as a witch's claws, wicked as a wizard's words. Then I suppose that only visitors he would want to see must be wicked too. He wouldn't want good people coming up here. I mean, people who wanted to help you and old Croak, for instance. The moaning voice of Zog changed suddenly into a much more normal, friendly tone, almost like a person's voice. You've seen Croak? He is still alive? Oh, tell me about him. Tell me about the warm, sweet world of the meadow. Do the flowers still grow there? Do the birds still sing? Is it all as it was so long ago? Yes, it is all beautiful, especially after walking through that hateful wood. And old Croak is very nice, but he seems afraid. We all are afraid, all of us, said Zog, moaning again. But tell me more. Is the Lily Pool still there in the midst of the meadow with its sweet magic waters? Dakin felt herself grow cold again with a different kind of fear. Lily Pool? What Lily Pool? There was no pool in the meadow, she said. If she had missed bathing in the Lily Pool, the troll had said she must. Zog seemed puzzled. Has Drakemag then destroyed that well of wonders? He asked. I know that he would if he could, but I dared hope that he had not the power. Yet if the Lily Pool is gone, how could Croak live? For, as I heard, he's still a frog, and frogs cannot live without a pond. A pond? Exclaimed Dakin. Oh, yes, he has a pond. It's inside a sort of a little house, but that can't be the... She stopped. Then, in a voice hushed with uneasiness, she went on, Don't tell me that pond is the Lily Pool. Well, there is but one, right in the middle of the meadow. It has lilies growing on it and is very deep. Some say it goes down to the middle of the earth, and all who bathe in it are protected from the powers of evil. Oh, no, 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 thought Dakin. That means I have to go all the way back, down the path, across those awful spikes, hours and hours. I can't do it, I simply can't. Aloud to Zog, she said, The trolls said I should bathe in the Lily Pool. Do you think it's important enough to go back for? It depends on whether you want to live or die, said Zog. If you're an ordinary human child, without magic on your side, I do not see how you have reached here without having bathed in the Lily Pool. It's impossible that you should reach the top of the mountain without some special protection. What troll? He asked suddenly, as if he'd only just realized what he'd said. A little brass troll my father found on the far edge of the wood, she said. Where is he? Where'd you see him? Zog asked with what sounded like excitement. I brought him from home, but in the wood he came alive and ran away when he heard where I was going. So he would indeed, said Zog. If Drakemag ever lays claws on him again, he'll melt him down and make him a brass button for his waistcoat. Why? What has he done? He stole something very important. What is it? I can't tell you. I dare not. Oh, well, I can't bother about that now. I can't hang on here all night. Is there nowhere I can lie down and rest, Zog? Surely you can tell me that. What is wrong with here? But this ledge is too narrow to stand on, much less lie on. Move along a little to your right. Well, Dakin did this, and suddenly, for the first time in hours, her heels were on solid ground. She carefully felt about with her feet and found herself standing on a broad ledge. It even had some dry grass on it to make it softer. She sank down with great relief, put her knapsack under her head for a pillow, and almost at once felt herself falling off to sleep. Good night, dear Zog, she said. In the morning, I'll think what to do. Will you guard me in the night? Aye, don't fear. Dakin drew her warm cloak around her and fell asleep instantly. Chapter 8 is next. Wow. Do you think she's going to have to go back to the Lily Pool to bathe in it? Do you think she could make it all the way back there? Do you think maybe she has some sort of magic power that'll help her go on? Do you think you would have noticed that the gargoyles were really just sad? I don't know that I would have noticed that. What an interesting, exciting adventure. We'll do more next week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.